This is the moment-to-moment practice of attunement, because a lot of times it'll go from sadness to joy. It'll go from sadness to anger. It'll go from anger to sadness. It's fluid. It's flowing through a multitude of things. So if I get so caught up on one technique, I might miss that it's changing into something else. And we'll have plenty of practice to flow through these different emotions. So we're going to talk about complacency. Now, complacency this is a broad thing, but most of the time it shows up in the first half of a session where someone is just really they're kind of not there. They're kind of just checked out, or there's no like presence in their breath. They're not really in it, maybe. So the first rule of thumb as a practitioner, this will save you so much of this. Whoever's coming to do a session with you wants to do the session with you. And I say that because I've worked with many we'll just use the example. I've worked with some wives that they're like, oh, my husband needs to do this. And then the husband shows up and then he's there like, oh, my wife sent me to do this. They don't really want to do it. So the first rule of thumb is that whoever's doing the session with you like wants to do the session with you. They know what it is. That will save a lot of this. But when it comes to complacency, it kind of just looks like there's not much going on. Or it could also look like they just have a lot of tension in their body. Their shoulders are up at their ears. They're just kind of holding on real tight. And what I'm going to show you is a rocking technique. It's the belly rock. Which rocking, the body loves rhythm. What do you do with a baby? Rock the baby. The body loves rhythm so much because rhythm soothes the nervous system, but it also, it breaks the nervous system of holding patterns. So has anybody went and got like physical therapy or body work where they're working on your arm and they're like, hey, give me your arm. Like, hey, give me that. And you're like, what? Here's my arm, take it. But you're actually contracting your arm a little bit. And they're like, no, just let go. You're like, what? I've let go. But you're actually not aware of the contraction that's happening in your arm. That's considered parasitic tension. It's tension in our body that we're actually not aware that there's holding in our body. Now we have that throughout all of like so many different aspects of our body. But what rocking does is rocking helps you become aware of where you're holding. So this rocking technique, and I'm going to talk through it. I'm going to show you a demo, but it's just something you have to learn by just practicing it. I've gotten videos after training of people sending me videos of them doing this on their dog. The dogs love the belly rocking. So put your hand on your arm here and just without pressing down on your arm, just kind of take the top layer of skin and move it over to the side. And there's a little bit of pressure down, but the pressure is more to the side than down. Now, look at your skin and let go of it. What happens? It bounces back. It recoils. So do it again. Press to the side. And then let go of it. It bounces back. So one aspect of this belly rock is that we're helping them become aware of how tight they're holding on in their sphincter. A lot of tight asses. And I say that because the fascia in your diaphragm is connected to all of the other fascia in your body. Does everybody know what fascia is? It's your connective tissue. So when I rock somebody from the belly, you're rocking the connective tissue of the entire body. You're also creating more space in the diaphragm. You're also helping them to become aware of how much they're kind of holding in their body as well. So I'll show you a demo of this and then we'll practice it. So I'm going to skip the order of operations, space, sound, words. I get to the point that I'm next to him And then, so I'm next to him. Say that he's complacent, or there's a lot of tension in his body, or he's just kind of not in a breathing rhythm. A great cue to, or a great sign to utilize this technique is if somebody is chest breathing, or if they don't have access to their belly. This could be really helpful for them. So I use my words, breathe all the way down into the belly. My hand lands right on the belly. Deep breaths. Say there's still no movement in his belly and he's still kind of complacent. Because a lot of times when my hand lands on their belly, just this is enough feedback for them to start breathing deeper. But say he's still not finding a rhythm, I'm going to just slowly start to rock side to side. And at first, it's just kind of the top layer of fascia on his belly. Then I'll start to match his breath a little bit, and really, he's not really breathing that much, so it's... And then slowly, a little bit at a time, I can start to rock him a little bit more. And you'll notice the first thing I notice is his head starting to rock back and forth. Also, when you're rocking somebody, like rocking will tell you where people are kind of holding in their body. Like what part of his body is really not rocking too much? His legs at the hips, kind of, which is just interesting to me as a practitioner. It's not like, okay, it's his hips. Like, let's go into his hips. I'm just noticing. Then I match his breath. And now, like, I'm not really pressing too hard on him. Like, his body is in the rhythm. And I'll rock him a little bit more. Maybe there's a little sigh that comes out on the exhale. Let's rock you a little bit more. Awesome. His body's like, yeah, give me more. And then I'll slow the rock down. That's it. Stay with that rhythm right there. See if you can expand a little bit more. And as I'm slowing down, I'm starting to cue him with my words. That way he stays with that rhythm. That's it. Stay with that rhythm right there. Just keep going. See if you can expand a little bit more. So a couple like technical things with the rock. You do want to make sure that you're on the belly button. And like I said, you can always see the rib cage. And once you fall down right off the rib cage, you're going to be right on the belly button. It's always better to start too high than it is too low. And then the weight of my hand, really, I'm not using a lot of force. And when we move into this demo, please call one of us over. I learn better by feeling it than I do by practicing it. So you might want to have one of us come over and feel it as well. That might click the light bulb on for you. It's just something that you kind of have to feel. But as I was rocking him, so he's gotten into a breathing rhythm. This is the whole kind of point behind this, is to help get him into a breathing rhythm, to help him kind of release a lot of the tension in his body and just get into it. When I slow the rocking down, like when I get into the rocking, I don't want to be like, cool, okay. Keep going. Like I want to build it up, start slow at it, and then build it up, and then start to slow it down as I continue. And then it's really, really important that you, before you take your hand off, just let it sit there for a little bit. It has this like snow globe effect when you like shake a snow globe and then you hold for a moment. He'll start to become aware of so much that's going on inside of his body during that time, that stillness point, and you'll feel it when you receive it. And then say I got him into a breathing rhythm and nothing else is coming up, because a lot of the times, like I said, maybe there's a sigh that starts to come up, and maybe that's turns into another expression. Maybe that kind of goes a different direction. Then I can start matching that. Another thing too is that this rocking is also giving them permission to move their body. If they start to move their body for themselves, that would be a cue for me to start to take my hand off. Because as soon as someone starts to move their body for themselves, that's what we want, right? We want them to complete the thing for themselves. So if I'm rocking and then Adam starts moving his body in his own way, that's it. Stay with that right there. How does your body want to move? There you go. Let it move through you. There you go. Keep going. How does your body want to move? So if they start moving their own body,